Recently, a scandal broke about this Israeli prison that they're calling the equivalent of Guantanamo Bay. It's called Teiman. It's notorious for prisoner abuse of the prisoners from Gaza, the October 7th prisoners. Believe me, I get it. I understand the motivation for wanting to treat them in the worst possible way. But in any case, you can't do that. And some footage got out. A prisoner was injured very badly. There were whistleblowers. And the Israeli lawyer in charge of overseeing the prison pushed for some surveillance footage to be leaked. And that surveillance footage went viral and prompted this whole investigation. It caused a huge firefight in Israel. Some say the footage is doctored. Some say she's a huge leftist and she just wants to, sow dislike of the IDF. She has bad motives. Some say they were framed. Some say that the IDF should be protected and that who cares what happens to these prisoners, and on and on. But at one point, someone said to me that they referred to her as that bitch. They said, that bitch, da-da-da. People called her a traitor. And I notice in the discussion of the Israeli lawyer who has a distinguished 30-year military career, she has a huge job. And right away, she's that bitch. And I thought about, some of my commentary. People don't always like my commentary. And I get called, ugly. I get called, Zionazi, all sorts of things. But inevitably, it comes back to something about being a woman. Someone called this lady mentally unstable. People have said that I was crazy. There's a side of public life when you start to open your mouth and say your opinion, if you're a woman, that's just very brutal and very cruel. And it has to do specifically with being a woman. And to do this, right, to come out and say things that affect the narrative, you have to have a very tough skin. You can't let these comments bother you. You can't try to live up to some image of youth and beauty that was really never attainable in the first place. Integrity matters.